What's going on, guys? Today I am going to be showing you how to resurface the headlights on your car using my 2005 Legacy GT that we happened to talk about a lot in the last video as a demonstration for you. So as you can see, the headlights on my car need some work. This one definitely a lot more than the other side because I actually resurfaced this one a couple of months back. But this one I didn't completely get through the process, and I'm gonna have to work to get this one back to looking really good. So let me show you what we're gonna need for this. So I'm just gonna use glass cleaner to get the dirt off of them. Then we're gonna go through steps from a heavier grit to a lighter grit to get the surface of the headlight as smooth as possible. Once we do that, we are gonna go through and we're gonna polish the headlights, and then afterwards use a headlight sealant so that UV will not mess with the headlight. Once we're all done with this, we are going to be installing some LED headlights that Boslla sent us. This is their 100-watt LED kit. They'll obviously improve things over the yellowish halogens that are in there right now, and it'll be fun to see just how bright these are. So I just sanded this with 400, 600, 1200, 2000, and 3000, and now it's super smooth. One thing to note on doing this, there are some things that you are just not going to be able to clear up. I have some pretty deep rock chips and things in here, so I just tried to clean them up as much as I could. I can't feel them with my finger anymore, but they went pretty deep on a couple of them, so even 2 or 3 rounds of the 400 grit would not take those out, and I didn't want to take it down any more than I was. It is a lot of work. I will say that. My hand is like cramping, and I still have a second side to do. Overall, it looks really good. I can't feel any imperfections. I can't really see anything abnormal. It all looks uniform, which is what we want. Now we get to go through and polish it, which should bring everything back. So these are fun little attachments for a drill. I just got them off Amazon. Comes with these in like a ton of pads, and it was super cheap. This is what I've used for headlight stuff in the past. Attaches on the drill, makes it super easy. So I'll put those down in the description. That way you guys can pick up a set if you would like as well. Otherwise, there's a ton of different options out there. Getting somewhere, but we're not quite where we want to be. This looks mildly meh. I gotta use a harder pad. Why are you spinning like that? Why are you spinning like that? Whatever.
Where did I get this guy?
Better or worse?
Better or worse? That side looks better because that side was shit.
I'm actually gonna do one more with the less hard attachment. I will say I'm not going to show me doing this on the other side. I'm just gonna magically snap to them both being great. I really don't think I have to do a whole lot on the other side either. This will conform really well.
Matt, pop quiz, what's an AVI?
Audio video interface.
Analog video. Analog. Oh my god, you fucked me up. Now I have a video stuck in my head.
Analog vehicle interface.
It's input. Analog. Oh my god, Matt, you ruined me! All I can think of is video, and it's not video! Voltage! Dear god, analog voltage input. Don't say the word video again.
Was it like Hollywood video, or are we talking Blockbuster?
Blockbuster.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
you watched Fairly Odd Parents.
I didn't. I was too old.
I don't believe you.
I was too old for Fairly Odd Parents, man.
Did you watch Danny Phantom?
I was extra too old for Danny Phantom.
How are you too old for Danny Phantom?
Like 7 years older than you.
What about, no, you're not!
The lighting is making this look bad.
You know what I actually really hate about YouTube?
What?
On your videos, when I'm in them, I feel a lot less like I have to be professional, like in my videos.
Yeah.
I always edit all the fun stuff out of my videos. I'm like, this is what I'm doing.
If you need to boop boopity boop. All right, in all seriousness, this is the part where you have two options. We have polished it, it looks good, it's probably the best. Why do I fucking freeze and shit when I'm talking? This is gonna be the part where you have two options. You can either use a headlight sealer. I'm not personally just recommending this one. There's a bunch of them. So you could use whatever you want. I just recommend a UV sealant property to it so that the sun isn't going to take it off and screw it all up again, because that's normally what will yellow it out in like a week or less after you do this. Aside from using sealant, if you wanted, you could use a clear coat. I would recommend using a 2K clear, and I'll put that down in the description as well. The one I recommend if you go the clear coat route. Alright guys, so at this point I've got both sides polished and sealed. Look way better than before. I use a headlight sealant on both of these. You just kind of apply it, make sure that it's applied evenly over the whole headlight, and then it'll dry on there and it has that UV protection. So now that we have everything all cleaned up, it's time to throw in those LEDs and see how much brighter they are. Just to check, I'm gonna turn on the normal lights, the halogens, and see how those look. Then we'll swap one out and test them with just one in. These are the Boslla 100 watt LEDs. They come with these little boxes, and these are going to have all of your flicker protection, able to transmit for daytime running lights, all of that. They have little heat sinks in them, fans built in, and they are a very short design. So unlike some of the other LEDs I've used in the past, you have to like cut the back cover and use something for the extra large piece that's back here. They were able to make these pretty short, so they actually fit into the cover without having to modify it. So that makes that nice. They're 50 watts per bulb, and they are set up similar to like the Morimoto and those guys, where they match where this LED is to where it would be on the halogen filament. So depending on which version you get, they have these removable pieces, and that's what's going to be able to have this slide into it to be able to use with like an H7 or any of these little intricate pieces that you would normally have. So you install this first, and then you'll just press this in and the O-rings keep it secure. As simple as that. I've got one of them in now. Decently brighter. It's got kind of a nice, it looks kind of cool blue on here, but it's actually more of like a pure white. That's probably just my color balance on this camera, but comparing the two, they look a decent amount different. It's definitely brighter in my eyes. And I've got a little setup so we can see the cutoff. Granted, it's cardboard, so it doesn't really show very well, but I'm recording with that camera, so I'll show that. And I have ISO and everything locked so that it's not gonna do anything weird by swapping them out. Just to cover this one, just see that. And this one, I would say that's a pretty noticeable difference.
Dude, dear God, turn those suns off. Like I'm staring at a sun right now.
It's pretty bright.
Does it scatter the light like all LEDs do when you put them in halogen-based projectors?
No, Tanner, because where the LED chip is in that bulb is actually at the correct area for a halogen light.
You know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah.
Most LED
No, look at
bulbs
the cutoff.
Not bad. Give me a set of those.
It's actually a really good cutoff line for an LED. Normally, like, okay, even with, and this isn't bullshitting, like I wasn't paid to make this.
What? They paid you $5,000.
They gave me these to test. They gave me the headlights to test out. I didn't have to give a good review or anything. I didn't have to do anything special on that. But I've had Morimoto 2-stroke 1.0s, Morimoto 2-stroke 2.0s. I haven't tested the 3.0s yet, but with my Morimotos, even these are adjustable like them. So if you've had Morimoto 2-strokes, you know that like the blade can twist to where it's able to fill out the projector, whatever the projector style is, correctly. Even with doing that on my Morimotos, I'd have a bit of like a line, if you remember. Not people, Tanner,
Oh.
you remember that?
Sorry, I was eating cookie dough. I do remember.
So it used to like scatter up here. And you'd get this weird like blading off of it. So I'm kind of surprised that the cutoff on these is super clean.
Are you putting LEDs in your headlights because everyone complained about your headlights?
No, that's why I spent the last 3 hours resurfacing my
They
headlights.
look kind of blue on camera.
That's what I was saying, is it looks cool blue on that camera.
They're really not. They're like
Yeah.
white.
I'm
but they
glad you're
look
saying
blue.
this too, because you weren't out here when I made that comment.
No, they look really blue on camera, but they're like 5,500 Kelvin, which is like pure white.
Yeah, like they're not blue in person. I don't know why that Sony is making it so blue.
I don't know.
Let me throw in the other one before I kill my battery.
The battery in this is about to die.
That's okay.
In your Sony.
We're like almost done.
Wow, now they're white.
Yeah, dude. Let me throw the other one in so we can get the full effect.
How are you gonna do it with an airbox in here?
It's actually really easy.
Is it?
One
Do you have
thing
to?
is-
Do you have to cut your ballasts or your ballast caps?
No,
Wow, that's nice.
I don't. They fit in.
You have to with the Morimotos.
I know.
Did you get a cap on?
No.
You need the cap, otherwise you'll get in them.
It's gonna suck. Guys, it's gonna suck. It literally, they're barely any, dude, that's crazy. They're like barely longer than the halogens. That's crazy.
Do you like?
Yeah. It looks hella good.
You need LED fog lights now.
I need fog lights.
You need fog lights.
I just need fog lights, period. Yeah, this cutoff looks hella good too. I'm actually surprised.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
What'd you get from Verus?
I didn't get anything from Varus.
Do you want something?
But
from...
I needed a very large box.
Do you want something from Verus?
Oh,
If anyone from Varus is watching this, sponsor Matt.
let me start this so it doesn't...
They're LEDs. They don't take any wattage.
Yeah, but I've had this running with the halogens for a while too.
Oh.
Dang, little baby battery! That would be a great time to mention that I also was
This is the other sponsor of today's video.
I also got sent stuff by a company called Top Don, and their stuff's really dope. Like,
Actually, or are you just saying that?
no, like actually dope. Like, I got, my neighbor bought one because he saw mine and loved it. But it's just a jump starter, and then they also sent.
It comes with a flashlight, and I think we've used it as a flashlight more than anything so far.
So I just keep this in my car now, but it's got a flashlight.
It's a pretty good flashlight.
It's a little jump starter. It actually works super good. And they also sent me over a battery charger. That's also a tester, and it works off Bluetooth, so you can like.
It has an app, but you have to have the app.
You actually don't.
Oh, you don't have to have it.
I just, being men, we don't like to read directions.
Oh, we're
So-
boys. What is that?
Either way.
What is that? Hang on, wait. It's a beat up Forester.
We don't like to read directions for stuff. So
Your positives on your negative, man.
so I did. So I did.
Read the directions.
Red to red. So I didn't really care to read it to learn
You got a
how
green
to
light.
do that. So that the green light means it's connected properly.
I'm gonna stand back.
So yeah, why are you staring that at me, pointing that at me so intently? So I'll put this thing down in the description as well, and then I'll put the, at some point I'll show you guys the battery charger because it's really dope. But I don't need to make this video about every product I've ever had ever.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you're right.
You wanna talk about
Fuck off. I'm cutting that out.
I would hope so. I would imagine so. As I'm looking for the bottle of it over here.
I don't know how to put these in. Perfect. So yeah, that's that guy. That thing's dope. Do you want these?
What am I gonna do with those?
I don't know. Cool. Let me get a thingy of them both running.